So first of all, we will study about why we need to study vectors. Okay, so imagine in a packet, there are some potatoes, and the mass of these potatoes, M1, is equal to 5 kg. M is the mass. 1 I am using for denoting this first box. Now I have second box. Here also I have potatoes, and mass of this is 5 kg. Now if I put everything here, if I add these two, okay, then without wasting time, you all know what is the total mass of this. Total mass of these potatoes will be how much? 10 kg. Matlab M1 plus M2. So certain quantities in nature, like in nature, like mass, they add normally like this, like you have learned in school days. So just put here 5 kg, put here 5 kg, that will be your 10 kg, right? Now, there are some other quantities in nature. For example, imagine there is some object here. Object, okay? And suppose I push the object with a force, which is 5 Newton. First force is 5 Newton. First force, the force that I am applying is 5 Newton. And let us say I am applying towards east in this direction. This is your first force, F1. This arrow is showing the direction. Okay, that's it. This is the value of the force. And let us say one of you apply on the object another force in this direction. That is F2. You are also applying same force, 5 Newton. But the angle at which you are applying is 30 degree, let's say. 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree, I don't care, any angle. Now if I ask, if both the forces act simultaneously, together, simultaneously means together, then what will be the total force? What will be the total force on this object? I am applying 5 Newton. You are applying 5 Newton. And the directions which we are applying makes an angle of 30 degree. Okay. Then the answer for total force is how much? It is not equal to 10 Newton. It is not equal to 10 Newton. Okay. So why it is not equal to 10 Newton? Because the total force will depend on this angle. If this angle varies, this total force will also vary. No, here they will not cancel each other, Jivita. In this example, they will not cancel. So till now, what I'm trying to explain to you, I'm explaining to you that here, when we take mass, and I ask you total mass, we just normally add. There is a very simple way of adding them that you learn in school also. But when we add certain quantities like force, there are other examples also which I will give you. When we add certain quantities like force, the value of the total force depends not only on the values of the two forces, but it also depends on the direction. Matlab, at what angle we are applying. Depending on that angle, the value will change. Therefore, the answer is not directly 10 Newton. It would be 10 Newton. It would be 10 Newton if I applied force in this direction, 5 Newton. You also applied force in the same direction. Please concentrate right now. Please concentrate. Later when I ask questions, you can answer. Suppose I also apply force 9 Newton, 5 Newton. You also apply 5 Newton in the same direction. Then the total force is 10 Newton. In this case, you are right. In this case. But who knows? You may apply in this direction. You may apply in this direction. You may apply in this direction also. I may apply force in this direction. You may apply force in this direction. Then the total force is surprisingly 0. If it is 5 Newton, this is 5 Newton. Total force is actually 0 in this case. The body will not move only. The body will not move, matlab what? Total force is 0. Are you understanding? So even if I am asking total, you are not simply going to add. You have to check their directions. So this is where vectors come in picture. So vectors, the knowledge of vectors will help you to answer such questions. Meaning, I am applying 5 Newton force, you are applying 5 Newton force at what angle? 30 degree. What is the total force? And the answer will be understood after we learn about vectors. Okay? Fine? Yeah. No, we definitions and all I will write. Don't worry. You are not understanding. First, you have to try to learn why we are studying vectors. So the main thing why we have to study vectors is because there are certain quantities in nature, when you add them, they don't add according to your normal way. They add in a completely different way. And that is what we have to study. Such quantities are called vectors. So let me now give you the definition. Please make a note of this. This also is okay. This diagram also you can make a note. Some students were asking me, sir, do we need to write the notes? Will you give the notes and all those things? So the point is this: you will have a book with you. On the cover of the book, write physics. Then whatever in the class I discuss, you must write down. Write the date, write the topic, write the session, and then write whatever in the class I write. That way, later when you revise, you'll be able to understand. Definitions and all sometimes I will give. Sometimes it will be there in the book also, in the material which we are going to share with you. So from the book also you can study. Sometimes I will give you. If I find it is little difficult to directly study from the book, I will write the definition. Okay? Exercise questions also I will solve. So please make a note quickly. Because these things, no, later you have to revise. Fine. So there are certain quantities in nature which add in a different way. And what way, that we have to learn in this topic. So the answer is not 10 Newton, remember. Directly don't say 10 Newton. It will depend on the angle between the forces. So let us see the definition. So what are vectors? Okay, so write down. These are quantities which have magnitude and direction, and they add according to vector law of addition, which we have to study later. Okay, so please keep this in mind. So what are vectors? These are quantities which have magnitude and direction. Don't stop there. Many students stop there only. I don't want that. My students should be perfect. These are quantities which have magnitude and direction, and they add according to a certain law which is called vector law of addition. Yes, everything you should include in the book. Everything, whatever is there in the book, you should include. In the order which I am doing. Writing part is done. Okay, now these are called vectors. Scalars means it has only magnitude. Now when I say magnitude, what does it mean? Actually, what is magnitude? So magnitude means how much. Okay, don't write this in the exam. That is for your understanding. Magnitude means how much. How much will be always in numerical value. Matlab, some number with some unit. Understood? So when I was telling you before, I am applying a force of 5 Newton towards east. I am applying a force of 5 Newton towards east. That means 5 Newton is the how much, right? How much matlab magnitude. 5 Newton is the magnitude. Towards east means direction. So direction you know, right? Direction means where it is pointing. Okay, students. So keep this in mind. Magnitude means it will tell you how much is there, Direction will tell you where it is. Now, can you give me an example of any quantity which has magnitude, which has direction, but it is not a vector? Just try. And one hint I will give, you have studied about that in class 10. In class 10, you have studied about that quantity. You have seen that quantity. No, rotating earth is not a quantity. Quantity I want. Electricity is also not a quantity. Force is vector. No, I am saying something which is not vector. Yeah, current is the right example. Current is a quantity. So I think when you said electricity, you meant current only, right? So current has magnitude 1 ampere, 2 ampere. Okay, current has magnitude 1 ampere, 2 ampere. It has direction also. It goes from positive terminal to negative terminal. About current, we will study in second PU. Don't worry. If you have forgotten a little bit in class 10, it doesn't matter. I will teach everything in class 12, not now. So current has magnitude, current has direction, but still it is not a vector because it doesn't add according to this law. Meaning, imagine from this wire, 1 ampere current is coming. In this wire, 1 ampere current is coming. Total current here will be 2 ampere. Total current. It will be exactly like we did for mass. 5 kg, 5 kg, total is 10 kg. So 1 ampere coming like this, 1 ampere coming like this in a wire, total current here will be 2 ampere. And even if you change this angle, it doesn't matter. Okay, so current may have magnitude, current may have direction, but it does not obey vector addition law. Displacement is vector. Displacement obeys vector addition law. Magnetic field is also vector. But current is a quantity. Write down. Current is a quantity which has magnitude and direction, but it is not a vector. What will you answer if they say why? Answer is simple, because it does not obey this law. Please remember, you must obey this law in order to behave like vectors. Okay, so we have learned about what is vector, we have learned. Now, we have to do some algebra with vectors, some algebra, adding, subtracting, multiplying. Okay, so all those things we have to learn how to do with vectors. First thing is we have to start with the symbol. How to write symbol of a vector? So symbol of a vector, we write like this. We write some letter, any letter you can use, A, B, C, like that. And on top, we put an arrow mark. We put an arrow mark. So if you see this, then it means it is a vector quantity. First of all, you understand that. I used to ask my teacher why. This also I used to ask. Why like that? Why we are putting this arrow mark? Usually we don't put. In school days we don't put. Then the answer is very simple. Look here. Vector should have magnitude and should have direction. Correct, na? So when I give you a vector, I should give you both of them. Both of them. Understood? Now, can a single number represent a vector? Represent a vector. Quickly answer yes or no. Y or N. Can a single vector represent, can a single number represent a vector? And answer is no. Why no? Because vector should have magnitude and direction. So two things cannot be given by one number. The number will only give you magnitude. So please keep this in your mind. A vector cannot be represented by a single number. Mass can be represented. Mass is 10 kg, 60 kg, 40 kg. Temperature 30 degrees Celsius, 25 degrees Celsius. So this can be represented by one number. Okay, so these are scalar quantities. But vectors cannot be represented by one single number. Can I represent magnitude of vector by single number? Yes. Magnitude can be represented by single number. But vector cannot be. Why, sir? Because vector requires two information. Magnitude also, direction also. Understood or not? So keep this in your mind. So since a vector is not a single number, it is not good to represent vector by such symbols. It is not good to represent vector by such symbols. Reason is what? In school, you may have done, I think in school, matlab class 5, 6, 7 like this. 3 plus x equals to 9. Find x like that. You have done no such questions. So when you answer this, what is the answer? 6. Right? So in school, you have a habit. You have a habit of writing number for letters. For letters. You have a habit of writing number for letters, which I don't want because vector is not a single number. That is why I am going to put an arrow mark here. Arrow mark. So when you see the arrow mark, you will know that this is not a single number. Please remember that. I am trying to give you reason for everything. Okay, don't worry. Please make a note. Okay, please make a note. Running notes you have to make. As I teach, you have to keep making the notes. Okay. So a single number cannot represent vector because vector should have magnitude as well as direction. So since you have habit of writing for letter, you have habit of writing number. I don't want this to be simply a letter like this. If it is simply a letter, you may think it may represent some number like that, which is not the case. So I'm putting arrow mark. Okay. So we write symbol of a vector this way. So if it is velocity vector, we may write v bar. If it is force vector, we may write f bar. If it is acceleration vector, we may write a bar like that. Okay, so depending on the particular quantity, we may change the letter. Okay, velocity vector, force vector, acceleration vector like that. But right now we are trying to study general. So I am writing simply A. So this is how we write symbol of a vector. Now see magnitude. Magnitude of a vector, we write this symbol. This is the symbol for magnitude. So when I draw these two lines, it means I am writing the, yes, Rifa, the arrow should point towards the right only. Okay. So don't think if some vector is upwards, don't think you will write the symbol like this. No, you will not write like that. Okay. Now, when I come to magnitude of vector, we write it a bar and we put a modulus. This is the sign for modulus. And you can write this way, or if you are little lazy, you can write only a. Like this also. Okay. So either this or this. Start with this initially. Then once you get used to, you can start writing like this. So tell me which is correct, which is wrong. F bar 5 Newton. Modulus of F bar 5 Newton. Which is right, which is wrong? One of them is wrong, one of them is right. One of them is correct, one of them is incorrect. Second one is right. Okay. This is magnitude. Magnitude can be number. Remember I told. Magnitude can be single number. So this is right. This is completely wrong. Okay. This is completely wrong. First one is completely wrong. Why? Just now I told you. On the left side, you are writing vector. Vector should have magnitude and direction. This side is only magnitude. So that is not allowed. So please write down. Okay. Once you have learned about symbol, now we want to play with vectors. We want to play. Now, if you want to play with something, you need to have it in your imagination. At least you should be able to think about it, right? So we will draw a picture of vector now. Picture. So graphical representation of a vector. So since I cannot write vectors as a single number, I need to find another way of representing a vector, representing in a diagram. So this is the way we draw. Okay, we draw a line of some length, and we put an arrow mark on the top, like this. Okay, so this symbol, whatever I've drawn, this will represent a vector. So vector will be shown this way, okay, in diagrams. So if this arrow, which is nothing but directed line, so a line with an arrow mark, yes, it is a number, A is a number. That is what, Abhigna, we'll come to that now, don't worry. So if this one is showing you a vector, if this one represents a vector, then it should give you two things, magnitude as well as direction. Direction is simple, wherever the arrow is pointing, that will be the direction. Can anybody think what will be the magnitude for this? How to find magnitude of a vector from this arrow mark? Look carefully, there is only one thing left. No, angle will give direction. Nandita, angle will give you direction. If I change this angle, only the direction will change. See, every line has something, no? Every line has a something, right? What is that? Yeah, Sanvi has told. So the length of this line. So the length of this line will give you the magnitude. Okay? So the length of the line will give you the magnitude. The arrow mark will give you the direction. So when I say it gives you magnitude, it is not directly equal to, it is like this. The length of the arrow mark, the length of the arrow will measure the magnitude of the vector. The magnitude of the vector. Okay. Now some students know, they ask me like, sir, how it is possible? Force is a vector. Magnitude of force will be 5 Newton, 10 Newton. So how can this length give you magnitude of force? Because force is also vector. Length will be in meters. No, sir, they will ask like that. That is a good question. Length will be in meters. Then how can we represent that with magnitude of some vector like force? The answer is, see, I wrote will measure. I did not say the length of the arrow is equal to like that. I'm saying it measures the magnitude. It is like this. If you see thermometer, okay, there is a mercury inside the thermometer. I'm talking about the old one. Okay, nowadays they have all digital and all. So if you look at the mercury in glass thermometer, what you are measuring is actually length. But when somebody will ask temperature, you will say 20 degrees Celsius like that, 30 degrees Celsius or 50 degrees Celsius. Yes or no? But actually it is length, no? Then how it is possible? What we know is, as temperature increases, the length of the mercury also increases. So since both of them increase with each other, we can use the length to measure temperature. Matlab, this much I can say 1 degree. Then if it is this much, I will say 2 degree. If it is this much, I will say 3 degree. Similarly, when Virat Kohli scores 100 and you draw his graph, runs versus overs, and if the graph is looking like this, okay, so let us say in 10 overs he scored 30 runs. So this much is used to represent what? 30, it is used to represent 30 runs, not 30 meter. Nobody says how much runs Virat Kohli scored. Hey, today he scored 100-meter run, like that. 100 meter we don't say, no. So we are using 1 unit of the length. 1 unit of the length to represent 1 unit of the quantity. Understanding? So if there is a 1 unit small, you divide this into 30 parts. So 1 small part, 1 unit of the length will represent 1 run. Similarly, I can also represent force magnitude by this length. But we have to decide the unit, and that is up to us. Units are decided by us only, right? So you can choose this much length as 1 Newton. 1 Newton. Then 10 Newton, how will you show? 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this length will represent 10 Newton. Like that. Are you understanding, students? Have you understood this concept? See, I want to tell you everything so that you know you don't get confused later. Okay. If others, any doubt you come, please tell me. See, students, I have been teaching for the past 17 years, and myself, no, when I was studying, I used to have too many doubts. So that is why when I try to think or study or teach, I try to go in the deep and try to know everything. Once you do that, entrance exams becomes very, very simple. Okay. So the length of this will give you the magnitude, and wherever is the arrow, that will give you direction. So after this, let us look at learning exercise 2.4 in our material. If you have the material, you can see. If you don't have, it's okay. I will read the question and discuss with you. So let us see the first question, learning exercise 2.4. Okay, so let us see what it is saying. Those who have the material, please take a print out and keep with you. Very soon, I think we will be giving you the book also. Have we given the books till now? I don't think the books will be given now. It will take some time. Yeah. So till we give the books, please try to take a printout if it is possible. If it is not possible, don't worry. Try. I will be reading the question while discussing, so you will not feel difficult. So listen carefully. 3 cars are moving with velocities. Velocity is a vector. 10 meter per second, 20 meter per second, and 5 meter per second towards east, north, and southwest respectively. Draw a vector diagram. Whatever diagram I made is called vector diagram, showing the velocities of the 3 cars. So since they are saying first car is moving towards east, second car is moving towards north, we need to first decide where is east and where is north. So usually the way we do is we write here east, west, north, south. Okay, so this is the direction we will choose. So keep this in mind and then we will draw the diagram. So how to draw? First car is moving with what velocity? Magnitude is 10 meter per second. Remember, number means only magnitude. So first car is moving with, yeah, soft copy you can try to print out. That is what I told Akshara. If possible, you try to take print out. If not, you can follow, no problem. So first car is moving in what direction? It is moving in the direction of east. So how to represent the arrow I told? So your arrow should be towards east. And length, this length will be your magnitude. How much it was? 10 meter per second. The first one you can choose up to your wish. You want to draw big, you want to draw small, that is your wish. First one is your wish. And this arrow will represent velocity of first car. So this is velocity symbol, this is symbol, this is the vector diagram. Okay. Second car is moving towards where? Second car is moving towards north, they told. So second car should be shown this side. Now listen carefully. Second car's magnitude is 20 meter per second. So first car we have, I think I will first write the magnitude of the velocities. Okay, so first car. This is the symbol for velocity of the first car. So A matlab car A, V matlab velocity of car A. This arrow mark means it is a vector. Then magnitude is given, first car, which I can simply write VA. I told you, simply VA we can write. That was given 10 meter per second. And it was directed towards east, right? So I am using this diagram to represent the first velocity towards east. And this length will represent magnitude, which is how much? 10 meter per second. Second car has magnitude, which you can write like this, which simply you can write like this, which is how much? Magnitude of the second car. Can you tell me? Magnitude of the second car was how much? Just check once. 20. So 20 meter per second. That means direction is given north. Since direction is given north, your arrow should be pointing towards north, means down. But east, west, oh yeah, sorry. North should be here. Correct only. Correct, Raksha? North should be here, right? South should be here. So, north means I should put the arrow mark upwards in this direction. Now, length should be how much? Since the magnitude is 20 and the first one you have already written 10. Second one must be double. It cannot be, you cannot draw any length you want. So first one is this much, second one must be double. So this much is 10, so 10, 10. So somewhere here you should be. Something like that. So this will be velocity of the second car. Okay, Abhigna, just try to wait, maybe it will become better. So this will be the velocity of the second car. Third car has magnitude how much? Velocity, magnitude, third car is 5 meter per second. Right? First car has magnitude 5 meter per second. Direction is where? Can you tell me the direction, anyone? Direction of the third car, southwest. Southwest means it should be here. Okay, so you have to draw arrow here. Now the question is how much length you have to draw. Can you decide yourself? No. Once you decide the first one, third one, second one, you cannot decide yourself. So this much you are representing 10 meter per second. So third car should be here. It should be half of this. Half of this. Okay. So this will be the velocity of the third car. So this is called vector diagram. Okay, students, it's very simple. Just follow whatever I told. Arrow should point wherever is the direction of the vector. Arrow should point wherever is the direction of the vector. Length should be drawn according to the magnitude. If magnitude is more, you have to draw longer. If magnitude is less, you have to draw shorter. Now, some of you may think, sir, do we need to draw exactly? No, exactly you don't need. Don't bring a scale and measure this much and then put here half. Exactly half it need not be. Just try to draw half. It should look half. Now you cannot draw this much and say this is half of this like that. Okay. So it should look approximately half. Exactly no need. If it is not double or half, then again approximately only you have to do. As I told you just now, Chana, you don't have to even this half. No, it may not be exactly half. If you want to be really perfect, then you need to bring a scale and then see the divisions, and with that division you can draw 2.8 also, 2.7 also, 1/3 also. You can draw any if you have a scale. But since this is just a diagram which you will draw in a paper, white paper, you don't have to do it exactly. It should look approximately. However, while writing the value, write exactly, obviously, right? While writing the magnitude of this, write 10. While writing the magnitude of this, write 20. While writing the magnitude of this, write 5. So while writing magnitude, write exactly. While drawing the diagram, you need not be exact. It is impossible. Otherwise, the study of vectors will become very, very boring and lengthy. No, if you have to draw exactly all the time. Exactly better. Okay. Second question is there, that is your homework, so that you have to try yourself. So once we have learned how to represent vectors in a diagram, now we will learn about some different kinds of vectors. Many kinds are there. Some of them are important for physics. We will discuss them. First one is equal vectors. So very simple. Two vectors, write down fast. Two vectors are equal if they have same magnitude. If they have same magnitude and also same direction. Okay, so this is the criteria for two vectors to be equal. It is obvious because vectors have magnitude also, direction also. So both should be equal. Only magnitude should not be equal. So can I say these two vectors are equal? This vector, let's say, is A bar, and let's say I draw equal length here, B bar. Can I say these two vectors are equal? The lengths are equal. I'm trying to draw same length. No, they are not equal because magnitude may be equal. Magnitude may be equal. Direction is not same. So how to draw equal vectors? Very simple. If one vector is like this, other vector also should be like this. Okay, so keep this in mind. So if this is A bar and this is B bar, then you can write A bar equal to B bar. While talking, we write A, we say A bar, A bar, A bar. Okay, we cannot tell exactly, no, A on top of A, arrow mark like that. Okay, so A bar equal to B bar. So this is the meaning of equal vector. It should be parallel, but at the same time, the length should be same. So you cannot say this vector and this vector are equal. They may have same direction because if this is east, this is also east, right? So direction may be same, but length is not same. So these two are not equal vector. So only parallel you cannot say. Now this means a very important thing. Sir, and same arrow mark. Yeah, arrow mark should be same. Now look here. That means if this is a vector, if I move it like this, look carefully. Same or different? If this is a vector and I move it here, same or different? This vector, if I say A bar, this vector same. Okay, same. Okay, understood. Stop now. If this is a vector and if I do like this, this is the vector. If I do like this, then it is not same because you have turned. So once you turn, the direction will change. Similarly, if this is the vector and if you bring it like this, but if you do like this, then again it will change because you may bring it parallel, but if you change the length, then the magnitude has changed. So keep in mind, if a vector is like this, you can translate it this way. If it was a classroom, usually in classroom I go everywhere, but here I cannot go everywhere. So if this is a vector, you can move the vector like this, and it will be same vector. Okay, so keep that in mind. Very important property. So this vector is same as this vector. Equal to means that only, right? Okay. Once we have learned about equal vectors, now we will learn about next topic is negative vector. Negative vector. So look carefully. Two vectors are said to be negative vectors, negative vector of each other if they have same magnitude but opposite direction. So two vectors are said to be negative vector of each other. Matlab A bar is minus of B bar or B bar is minus of A bar, provided they have same magnitude, but it should be opposite direction. So how will we represent negative vectors? So let us say one vector is here. This is A bar and another vector is here, B bar. While drawing, I may not draw it exactly. Usually my students will use scale and all. So if you want to use scale and all, please use it, no problem. So if the vectors are like this, then we say A bar is minus of B bar. Okay, or you can say B bar is minus of A bar also. Just multiply by minus sign both sides. Okay, write down. So this is the meaning of negative vector. Magnitude is same, direction is opposite of the other one. Now comes the most important one, unit vector. Unit vector, okay? So listen carefully. So unit vector means a vector whose magnitude is equal to 1 unit. That is the meaning of unit vector. Very simple. If you see the definition, it's a very standard 1 mark question. So unit vector means what? A vector whose magnitude is equal to 1 unit. 1 unit. Now, the way we write unit vector is like this. Symbol is we write some letter A, let's say, but you cannot put bar. That arrow mark you cannot put, because if you put arrow mark, then it means vector. Vector can have any magnitude, 5 Newton, 10 Newton, 10 meter per second, 5 meter per second, right? You cannot say 5 kg, but because kg matlab mass, mass matlab scalar, not vector. So symbol you cannot write A bar, because bar means vector and vector can have any magnitude. So what we do is to represent unit vector, we write any symbol. On top we put this cap. So like this symbol we write cap, we call it cap. So while talking you have to write, you have to say A cap. Okay, in US and all they say a roof, but better to say in India we say A cap. So symbol is A cap. Now I'm going to show you a relation between vector and unit vector. Vector and unit vector in the same direction. So write down this quickly. And this is very, very important. Okay, for remaining chapter, this is very important. Okay, relation between vector and its unit vector. Relation between vector and its unit vector. So think I have a vector here A bar, any direction. Okay. You should have written, no? Oh, it is blur. Huh? Okay, do one thing. Today's class, you just try to listen as much as possible. I will send the recorded video for all of you in the group. Okay, so you can see that for writing purpose. For the timing, you just see and try to listen as much as possible. Really sorry for the trouble, but what to do? Okay, this internet thing I cannot control. So let us continue. Shall we continue? Yeah. So imagine, but it should be visible. If it is very blur, you may not be able to see, right? Nuraya, previous video, you have to ask from the number which has been mentioned in the group. Okay, so look here now. Suppose this is a vector A bar. This is a vector A bar. Okay. Now, in this direction, there is a unit vector. A cap. Or you can write any other letter also, not necessary A only you have to write, okay, A cap. Then the relation between these two is A bar is mod of A bar times A cap. Mod of A bar means magnitude. So this way you can write, or you can write this way also. So this is the relation between vector and its unit vector. Now I used to think how or why like that. Or do you feel it is like obvious like that, or do you think how it is coming like that? So in textbooks and all, you will not find any proper reason for this given. So I used to think if proper reason is not given, then maybe it is, obvious, like 2 plus 2 is 4. Nobody will ask, right? So let us try to understand why this formula is correct, why it is correct. So let us see the reason behind this. So look carefully now, okay? Yeah, I will repeat. So imagine that the reason why you are asking me to repeat is because you have not understood how this formula comes, which I also used to think. So let me give you the reason. Look here. Let us say I have a vector, which is, let's say, any vector, A bar. And magnitude of A bar should be number or not a number. Magnitude can be number, right? You can accept. No, magnitude, Shanmukh. Magnitude can be number, right? Yeah. So magnitude, let us say, is 10 units. 10 units. It can be 10 Newton, 10 meter per second, 10 meter per second square, depending on the quantity. Now, this length, so this vector has magnitude, I am saying 10 unit as an example. For example's sake, I am saying. Matlab what? This length is 10 units, right? Because length of the vector gives you magnitude of the vector. Correct na? Okay. Now, let me divide this vector into 10 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 equal parts. Can you tell me what will be the length of this one part? What will be the length of this one part? No, meter you cannot say. No, you have to say 1 unit, because this can be 10 Newton also. Remember, it's like runs. 1 unit. So this will be 1 unit. So any one of them will be 1 unit. Understood? That means any one of them is nothing but unit vector. Any one of them is nothing but unit vector. Correct or not? Because unit vector means what? Unit vector means a vector whose magnitude is 1. So now if I say A bar is equal to A cap. If I say A bar equals to A cap, will you accept? Will you accept? Remember, the magnitude of A bar is 10 units. Magnitude of A bar is 10 units. So we cannot say A bar is equal to A cap, because A cap has magnitude 1 unit. A bar has magnitude 10 units. So how they are equal? But if I say 10 times A cap, 10 times A cap, A cap, A cap, A cap, 10 times, if I do, then I will get the original vector, which was the red one. The red one you are not able to see now because I have put black ones on the top. So there was this original vector. Now I can say they are equal. Yes or no? Now I can say, because 10 times A cap is nothing but A bar. So therefore, now what was 10? 10 was what? Magnitude. And how do we write magnitude in symbol? Modulus of A bar. So this is something very, very important. Okay, students? So this formula, you see how nicely I have shown you how it comes. So try to memorize this. Very, very important. You have to keep saying it 5 times, 10 times like that. A bar equal to mod of A bar, A cap. Or you can say A bar equals to magnitude of A bar times A cap. Okay? How you should say? A bar equals to magnitude of A bar times unit vector. So A bar equals to magnitude of A bar Yeah, you can write A also. You can, at the end, you can write directly A bar equals to A times A cap. In the beginning, I told no magnitude of any vector. You have two options. Either you can write like this, which is more exact, or you can simply write like this. So lazy people will usually write like this, okay, because they don't want to do so many things. Both will be given marks. Both will be given marks, okay. So original vector was A bar. Original vector was A bar. The magnitude of A bar could be any number. Let us say 10 units. For example's sake, let us say 10 units. Then this vector I have divided into 10 parts. If it is 30 units, divide into 30 parts. It may have any magnitude. Divide by that number, okay, so that each vector will be unit vector. Then unit vector times the magnitude will obviously give you the original vector, the actual vector. Okay, I repeated, Channa, just now. The sentence you want me to repeat? Sentence you want me to repeat, or the whole theory? Whole theory you want me to repeat, or this sentence? So A bar is equal to whole thing. Okay, fine, no problem. So here is a vector which is A bar. A bar is equal to 5 units in magnitude. This is an example. Channa, this is an example. Okay, let me take 5 units, some different number let me take. Now, this vector is 5 units. What is the meaning of unit vector? Channa, what is the meaning of unit vector? A unit vector is a vector whose magnitude should be how much? Unit vector means what? Unit name itself you can see. Unit vector means a vector whose magnitude is 1. So what I can do to find a relation between this vector and unit vector in this direction? How I can find a relation? This is 5 unit long. Let me divide into 5 parts. 1 part, 2 part, 3 part, 4 part, 5 part. Then what will be the length of 1 part? Length of the part, 1 part will be 1 unit. Channa, right? This part will have 1 unit. That means I can call it unit vector. In whose direction? A bar. So since this is unit vector in the direction of A bar, I can call this A cap. If you want to write some other cap also, it is allowed. Now, this A cap obviously is not equal to A bar because the magnitudes are not same. But A cap, A cap, A cap, A cap, A cap. 5 times if I do. 5 times. Then I will get original vector A bar. So that means I can write in place of 5 what? 5 means what? Magnitude. Like this. Okay. So this relation you try to remember, all of you. So let me ask you a question now. So let me ask you a question. So imagine this is a vector A bar, this is a vector C bar, this is a vector B bar. Okay, anything you can think, any direction. Here, the unit vector here is, let's say, I cap. Unit vector here is suppose P cap, and unit vector here is suppose D cap, or let's say K cap. You can write whatever letter you want, only the direction should be correct. If I write A bar equals to mod of A bar P cap, B bar equals to mod of B bar I cap, and C bar equal to mod of C bar P cap, then out of this, which ones are wrong? Which ones are wrong? Which ones are correct? Some of them are wrong, some of them are right. Let me write one more. B bar equals to mod of B bar K cap. First, second, third, fourth. So which ones are wrong? First one is correct. First one is correct. First one is correct. No, first one. Wait, ma. First you tell me the first one. First one is wrong because P cap is not in the direction of A bar. P cap is here. So you cannot add P cap this unit, this direction and get this vector. Right? So please remember the unit vector and the vector should be in the same direction. So this is wrong. B bar is here, but I cap is here. This is wrong. C bar is here. P cap is also there. It is correct. B bar is here. K cap is also here. It is correct. Okay. So remember the reason why I gave this one was when you add unit vector, when you multiply some number with unit vector in this direction, you will get this direction only. Please remember that. Okay. So you cannot multiply 10 times A cap and get this vector. So to get this vector, you should multiply unit vector in this direction only, right? In this direction. So the direction of this and this should match. Otherwise, you cannot say equal. You cannot say equal. Okay, students? Fine. So look carefully now. Vector multiplied by scalar. So imagine you have a vector A bar. Imagine you have a vector A bar and you multiply with some scalar M. M is a scalar. Then you will get another vector B bar. What will be the relation between them? Let us try to understand. If M is equal to 1, M is a scalar. Scalar matlab just a number, single number. So if M is equal to 1, then if this is A bar, this will be B bar. Accepted, right? Because if M is 1, then it means these two are equal vector. If M is greater than 1, if M is greater than 1, maybe let us take example. Suppose M is equal to 2. Then what happens is, if this A bar is this vector, then B bar will have same direction, but the magnitude will be doubled. Magnitude will be doubled. So this will be your B bar. Okay, students. So what I'm trying to tell you, when you multiply a vector A bar with a scalar which is more than 1, let us say 2. No, in that case, A bar doesn't become B bar. In that case, here A bar and B bar are equal. But if you multiply with a number 2 or 3 or 1.5 or 1.2 greater than 1, then what will happen? If you take magnitude both sides, magnitude of this will be magnitude of this, but this is just a number. So numbers magnitude is number itself. So M times magnitude of this, right? So if you take magnitude both sides, you can see magnitude of this will be M times magnitude of this. Matlab, magnitude matlab what? Again, don't forget, magnitude means the length of the vector. In diagram, it means length of the vector. So if this is your A bar, and if you multiply with M, which is greater than 1, your this vector will become longer. If it is 2, exactly 2, it will become double. Understood or not? Till here it is clear or not clear? Yeah. Yeah, unit vector will be same because unit vector matlab magnitude is 1. So as long as unit vectors have same direction, they are all same because unit vectors, all of them, once you use the word unit vector, it will have magnitude 1. Okay, so whether I say unit vector here, unit vector here, unit vector here, unit vector here, as long as they are parallel, they are all equal. So please remember this part. Okay. This is vector multiplied by scalar. Part C, you see. If M is less than 1, okay, for example, M is half. then what will happen? If this is A bar, B bar will be this much. Okay, if this is A bar, this much will be B bar. Matlab the magnitude of B bar will be half times. Magnitude half matlab length will be half. And can you tell me what will happen if this is part C, no? Case B. If M is negative. Suppose you are multiplying with -2, let's say. Example, let's say M is -2. Then what will happen? If M is -2, then it means if this is A bar, B bar will have length double. The length will be double, because if you take magnitude of -2, you will get 2 only. Length will be double, direction will be ulta. Direction will be ulta. Opposite direction, correct. Direction will be ulta, magnitude will be double, length will be double. So I hope you can now try for if M is -half. You can try yourself, okay? So many things we have learned for today. So let me just recap. Let me just rewind and then we'll stop for today. Okay, so let us just rewind. Recap. So first thing we studied is vectors have magnitude as well as direction, and they add according to a very special rule which we will be studying later. So vectors add according to different rule which has not been taught to you in school days. Second thing I told, symbol of vector will be any letter with an arrow mark. Okay. Third thing, magnitude will be given by this symbol or simply A. Third thing I told, arrows will be used. Arrows will be used to represent vector in a diagram. See, physicists know they always want to imagine about things. So they always try to make pictures of whatever they cannot see. For example, you can't see atoms. You have not seen atoms. So people want to make picture of how atoms are so that they can think about atoms. It helps them to think. Similarly, vectors are just mathematical concept. You cannot touch a vector. I cannot touch it. I cannot smell it. I cannot eat it. So I want to think about vectors. So what we did, we have made a picture for vectors. And the rule given to the picture is this. The arrow will give you direction and the length will give you magnitude. The arrow will give you direction, the length will give you magnitude. And if two vectors are in the same direction and they have same magnitude, we call them equal vectors. And if the arrow is reversed, they are called negative vector. Okay, negative vector. And the most important thing for today, after knowing all these things, is unit vector. Unit vector. So it is a vector whose magnitude is 1, and the relation between any vector and its unit vector is magnitude of this vector times unit vector. So I will stop the class provided you answer this question. So these are the 5 most important things which you should remember for next class. Okay. So the last question we will do. Imagine this is your x-axis. X-axis. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Some numbers I am writing. So suppose I draw a vector from here to here. This is A bar. This red vector is say A bar. Okay. And in this direction, I have chosen unit vector is A cap in this direction. No, let me not write A cap. I want you to get used to with other symbols also. So let me write I cap. Then tell me what will be A bar equal to in terms of I cap. This is 0. A bar will be equal to how much for this diagram? Say this, then we will stop the class. But I hope you will tell correctly. 4 units I will not accept. A bar is equal to most of you have done correctly. Some of them are still not doing correctly. I don't know why. Sujan, what is that? I cap minus 1. Huh? I cap minus 1 means I did not understand. So you can see magnitude into I cap. This is the way we write. And in this example, what is the magnitude of this vector? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 I cap. Okay. So this is the answer I wanted. A bar is equal to magnitude times I cap. That is correct. But magnitude means what? Length of the vector. So length of the vector here is given to be 4. 4. That way you have to show. Okay. So we'll stop for today. Remaining topics we will do next class. But please revise. I will share the video in the group. Okay. Thank you. Any doubt is there? Let me know now. These topics are new, so you must revise. Okay, you must revise. Thank you.